Hello there everyone, this is Iron Mark 3 and welcome back to Little Bit Workshop, our continuing quest to build up and deal with Nemesis Inc. while selling many products, which we kind of need to get onto for the mass production side of things. We've been stuck on barrel bots for a bit, though I have just kicked that into overdrive function, so hopefully that will help a little bit. I also made an interesting discovery. You know how a contract like this, it removes the timer if you produce it all? Turns out, once the timer hits its expiration, then they auto-send the vehicle and take whatever you've made and pay for that. I mean, we already knew that. But it doesn't just pause it if you have all the product done. They just send the truck anyway. So, if you're not delivered and it hits due time, they just send the truck out to collect it, apparently. And that's how that works. So, interesting stuff. I also just fixed up all my forges because they were starting to break down a bit, so yeah. All the forges are working flat out, just trying to deal with all this, and I might need a dedicated forge room, honestly, because it's such an integral part of so many things. I mean, metal rods, we noticed there were some metal rods over here that were working and there wasn't any resources. I checked that, and the metal rods, of course, they are being bent here, but they are actually being forged in here, rather than extruded, so I could have split the load a little bit, I'm guessing, if I changed the design a little bit, but the design I've got, it places a heavy burden on these guys, and these guys have to do massive amounts of work. I mean, look at all the stuff still waiting to go through, and they're doing the best they can, bless them, but yeah. Some kind of advanced forge would have been a godsend for this later game stuff, very definitely. To the point where, if I do another playthrough, I would actually prioritise getting metalwork because it's so important. Plastic work is basically a sideline, there's not very much to it. This little room has been more than enough for any kind of plastic work I need. I mean, it's just three presses and some injection, so plastic is very underdone, very simple, very easy, and I think also worth looking into. Just because it is so easy to set up an effective room with it and then just let it go, and it'll sort out any of your plastic needs lickety-split. Woodwork and metalwork are very much the main contenders for complex gameplay though. But anyway, shipment satisfactory. Thank you. You go away. As we continue to try and deal with all of this stuff. I mean, look at all these spare parts we've got lying around. And that's with everything operating at plus 15% speed as well. In fact, wasn't there a turbo overdrive? I can't unlock it, but I can look. All workstations for 12 hours, they do not wear and tear for the duration. Short bursts of increased speed, so no extra wear and tear. And that's for 12 hours. So very short bursts. So I think that's something else that could help with like urgent contracts and deadlines that are about to hit and stuff like that. Just like 12 hours extra performance without the machine wearing down and slowing down at all. In fact, I kind of wish there was a door through here. I mean, yeah. This is the beating heart of the factory and they're having to go like all the way around. Wait a second. No, we've not got people delivering from the... Yeah, oh good, they are... I was worried for a moment there, but the forges are delivering to that one, which is where they're meant to go, so good. If they were delivering to that one, I would have been mildly ticked. I must admit. I didn't stop to think about that, but yeah, they seem to prioritise the same room before going somewhere else. Come on, guys. Get the lead out. Everyone's working full tilt on this project. Just the robots are valuable, but the way they clog up your factory is just yeah. And the deadline is actually looming on those as well, and it's all being slowed down by this. In fact, heck with it. I'm saying it now. I'm going to get advanced metalworking. First chance I get. And that is going to be my next big, my next upgrade. It'll unlock my last client as well, of course. There is that. But just because I want to see if there's a better foundry, of some kind. Because this is ridiculous for the amount of metalworking that's going on. Mind you, 13 jobs has now dropped to 5, so that in the time I've been talking since the start of the episode, they've actually gone. They've actually got through half of it, but it's still. Average utilisation 14%. I think it's because people having to. Is it? Why is that? Is it because people keep swapping out to do stuff? Yeah. I think it might be. That you do that, you wander off there, and then you come back, actually. So, I'm not sure why it says low utilisation. Apart from the fact that the room efficiency layout could be a bit better. So there is that, but it's still going on very much. But maybe these dual purpose rooms was a slight mistake. I don't know. I think any second factory I found is going to be a lot more efficient than this one. Let's be honest though. In fact, it's at the point where I don't want to actually try and rearrange stuff. Like, I was just toying with the idea of like reallocating and rebuilding some of this stuff in the spare rooms over there. Just because that's something to do. But that would take workers off the line. You know? But that said, I've actually got a bunch of workers hanging around right now, so that might actually not be such a bad thing. Because they're all just waiting on the parts, but it's almost there. It's almost done. They're just sprinting back and forth. It's almost sorted. Oh, hell with it. Okay, fine. Jeez. Okay. Let's actually reallocate the woodworking section while they get that all finished up. Fine. Okay, so let's see if my proposed alternative arrangement has any merit to it. At the very least, I can get extra cutting machines, so any woodwork projects will be sped up, because that is the bottleneck on any kind of woodwork I do, honestly. Of course, there's the fact I'm having to go from one end of my factory to the other, just getting all the parts around, so yeah. I'm gonna sell, just scrap out all the stuff that's in there. Apart from the billboard, because that is needed, of course. It's what's is tied to a bunch of the all of the plans that use that particular set of machines. I'll just pop in all there, and I'll just rebuy everything over here, so I just have to go wandering back and forth. And I can delete the stockpile zones as well in there, actually. There we go. Right, sorted! Yay, that's been cleaned up. And now, actually the forges are now idle. It's all assembly-based work now. Duck Lord, here we go. Duck Lord, yes, ducks. I honestly don't. I'm not going to care about the profit margin. The profit margin absolutely sucks on these things. But they won't require assembly, and that's what I'm thinking. Or I could do Dala horses, but I think Duck Lord, because Duck Lord, we must do the ducks. The ducks must fly, be free, and get 100 products out for our quota targets. So yes, if we look at our current prices, we will make a profit of 7,000 on 100 ducks. That is abysmal. Actually, no, isn't that like 70 per duck? That's not so bad, actually. 1,200, 2,500. We will make money. We won't earn anything really on it, but it's yeah, we'll have 00 quack baking in the background, going towards our production quota, and I'll just have it make sure to keep it at the bottom of the stack as far as materials and things are concerned. That should do the trick, right? I guess. Right. Okay, right, there you go. Leave a little gap. Wait, those are 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Won't quite fit if we do it like that. If we turn it, though, to leave a gap, because of course one of the things about these things is we can overlap it like that. That leaves 4 plus 3 actually. If I leave a little gap there, and then they can get into there, they can get in on here. There's no movement penalty on the edge of the shelves, is there? Very minor, but it's still better than nothing. So yeah, like that. And then the output will of course just be cut planks and things. So I'm thinking like I'll leave another little gap here, and then that'll be another thing there. And then we can have extra sawmills and things on the sides. So yeah, that would work, I think, actually. I've only got 2 woodwork specialists, so if I recall. No, I've got 3. So yeah, I can install a 3rd machine and it would all operate just fine. Just need to rearrange everything, honestly. So you go there. You go there. Next to the woodworking machine can go into here. I just need to find it. Where are you? Are you a heavy duty or a light duty? You're a heavy duty, aren't you? There we go, advanced table saw. Right. No, that can go onto the other side there. And then we got the extra space along here. If I get another woodworker, I could operate 4 of these things, but right now I've only got the 3. Actually, it'll count towards basic. It'll count towards symmetry and towards net worth, so that is actually going to be fine.
Cool.
Just move the billboard, like I guess over there. Yes. Order all the extra parts, and yeah, there we go. That's going to be a more efficient machining area. There we go. Just need to select that. Right, you are going to be the input zone. You are going to be the output zone, and of course very low priority. Link you into that workstation there, and you are linked to these 2 new machines. And there we go. That's an improved woodworking zone. We just need to get the decorations in. Things that they get to look at and say are very pretty, but they don't actually get to do anything with. Because if they do, I'll fire them for being too lazy. Or something. 74 moods. Let's get the man-eating plant in the corner, because of course. 94 mood. We can do better than that. We've got to give them a candy dispenser as well. 144 mood. Sure. I value you guys! Now have fun with the heavy cutting devices. Yes. Oh dear. How are you guys doing with that? Still absolutely chock-a-block full, but all the smelting is done though. There is that, so that's why we had the double O quacks going. So that is actually now slowed down as well. Why is that stopped? I think everyone just got tired and wandered into the break room, didn't they? Yes, they did. I need to separate this thing. Jeez. This needs to be 2 rooms, not 1. Very much so. It's too big. It's actually causing delays. Believe it or not, the break room is too good. Though, of course, getting things sorted out in here also distracted them slightly. But it's like, yeah, I need to cut this room. I'm going to cut this room in half at the very least. Give them a door, of course, but yep, you guys don't get the big swanky break room, you get half a break room. You get 2 half break rooms. There we go. Sorted. Just to stop you guys from, when you're taking a break, just wanting up there unless you absolutely have to. In fact, I'll increase the charges in the break rooms as well, just so that we don't have that happen. As often, you guys get to just stick around wherever the heck you are at the time. Because that is the way of things. Don't question it. I'm being nice to you guys. You get candy bars and cups of coffee. So, you don't have any right to complain on it. What are you guys waiting on? You got all the parts. But where are all my workers? Oh.
Hello.
Of course. I'm going to drop these guys down to priority 3. They are initial resource things. But I did not want these operating at the expense of the assembly work. So they were overriding... The ducks were actually overwriting the assembly, I think, because the assemblies are only priority 3. Versus priority 5. So, yeah. That was a bit of a whoopsie on my part, but at least we're almost done with these robots, these blooming robots that have occupied several episodes now. Let's see, we have got 5 assembly specialists, so they should all be focused on this stuff now. You know what, maybe I should say assembly workers, because it's such a high priority thing. I'll actually boost these guys back up to 5 since there's initial resource processing going on there. And I'll also max priority these, so if there's work to be done, then they'll come and work on these as an equal priority to like a lot of the resource work. That probably won't be the thing, but I don't think there's a way to restrict these things that only take assembly workers. Unless there's a better version that I've not seen yet in this game. There probably is. There's a whole bunch of extra workstations and things I've not come across yet. Because they're deeper in on the tech trees. And I've not been leveling up fast enough. Wait, 18? Oh, look at this. I've already dropped down to 16. I think, I don't know. It's not net worth, it's revenue. Oh, this is based on revenue. Not net worth. I mean, net worth is net worth the objective? Higher net worth and average revenue. Okay, so average revenue is the thing. And while I've got the ducks going, that is actually very low average revenue. Oh dear, I'm gonna need to get more workers, aren't I? I can't operate this place without it. I can't keep enough big projects going without which will increase my average estimate revenue. But I think my revenue is going down just because I've not really sold anything in quite a while as well. And to do that, I need to actually have stuff to sell. So there is that too. Like, I can deliver 33 ducks before the price drops. The price does drop, actually, yeah. But I want to get this stuff sorted. Dear. Yes, I know you guys are excited to be unleashed on the world, but I'm having a small crisis here. Well, not a crisis, just realising that I've messed up slightly. I think that's probably a bit safer to say. Employee count number 2 would be very helpful. If only I wasn't so worried about the fact that my computer seems to chug if I get many more workers than this. In fact, I'm hoping this recording is going to be okay. I think it's pushing the limits of what's safe for me to record. Having just like 20 workers around the place. That's right, guys, come on, keep going. Work, you lazy schmucks. I hope you've gone to this one. You have? Good. And where are you even going? Oh, there's some random materials around the place, it seems. Wait, why did you go there to get a duck? What's going on? What's the priority on these? Priority 4. You decided to do a random delivery errand which took you all over the darn place. Ugh, that settles it. I need actually to have better... Oi, no slipping in the warehouse, thank you. I bought you those reduced slipping shoes. You shouldn't be slipping. I actually need more access points to the outside as well, just to avoid long treks like that. That could have been avoided if there was a door like right here to get in and out, so... that's something else to remember for in terms of like efficiency. Let's get that actually installed. But yeah, I need to do my delivery works no matter what state my production's in at the end of the day, because then I'll lose the price on the robots. So I've got to watch that timer. That's a deadline coming up that I can't avoid. In fact, maybe an extra assembly station. Yeah, an extra assembly station. Let's go for it. Let's install that there. I'll move you over here. Order all that. You are going to be linked to, of course, this guy. Oh, a bit of lag there. Yeah, this is definitely getting a bit much. And I think some extra decorations to improve the room a bit further, because, let's be honest, it's got a lot of stuff going on in here. So, just going to make it a very comfortable room to work in, including the carnivorous plants next to the water cooler, because, yes, basically. Candy dispenser, do you guys have a candy dispenser? You do not, I'll pop that there. Little indoor fern, 157. Palm tree? Why not? Cactus? Yes. I've basically got everything in here, haven't I? Just needs this little table and it'll all be complete. Yeah, I'll install that over here as well. And that's one of every indoor thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 4, 8, 10. Yeah, that's one of everything. Sure. I'll also install a door over here because I was planning to do that, so, yes. That should help this room operate a little bit better. Stop tiring people out as much, though, of course. They're still getting very tired because the operation is running full tilts. I just wish I could crank it up to full speed, but I am very worried about what that'll do. Hello? Remember those garden gnomes I used to sell? I've got something even better coming up. What? Flamingos. They're pink, they're cool, and they're way taller than the garden gnome. Hook me up with a small set of these and we'll see if they sell well, okay? Okay. Burning flamingos coming up. This is not as crazy as the fire pit with a parasol in the middle of it, but sure, okay. Really simple to do. I do have the spare workers right now, I think. Yeah, you're not wanting anything crazy out of this one, so the only issue is going to be the assembly time. But if I prioritize you over that, that should be okay. We're about to hit the end of our time with that anyway, so we need some lathe work. That's, yeah, down there. Bit of painting work, which is all down here. So it's mostly rooms that we're not really seeing much use for at the moment. Straight cut, which will make use of our newly assigned room up here. Metal sheet work, which is going to go into here. Yeah, that's easy to do. Okay. Priority. So yeah, get the flamingos done, and then anyone spare works on the ducks. In fact, no, flamingos have to go first because otherwise the assembly machines will be clogged up with working on the robots. I think I feel like my workers are getting a bit confused, honestly. I mean, they're working. We've got all the parts pre-made, pretty much. Anything that was loose, I think, has probably been collected by now. And yet they aren't really doing much of anything, so... Oh, it's because they're waiting on the flamingos now. Oh. Okay, so what's holding up the flamingos' work? Oh, the truck had to turn up. Oh, yeah, I really do need that extra loading bay. There we go. And that will, as according to my original plan, be lined with stuff. I can put some street lamps around as well. I can't fit anything else in there. Well, I don't really want to fit anything else in there. Do I? What if I put a large sign? What will that look like? I guess this is my first attempt. Well, I did try before when I realised that like the grass wouldn't extend properly around these things very much, and I was so disappointed. Missed opportunity. Yeah, but yeah, I'm gonna make sure that the delivery drivers feel appropriately welcomed. And very well lit. In fact, there's probably too many lights here, but hell with them. I'm going to install all this stuff. What's that? That is 20,000-ish in just decorations. Because why not? Sure. Hello, builder. Yeah, look at how slow that goes. It's like zoom, zoom, crawl, very, very slow. Then speed, when arguably there's less visibility and it's more dangerous. So, if anything, that should have been the slow bit because they were trying to make sure they went down there. There was actually more freedom on that bit. I don't know. How are you guys doing with the stuff? Are we still waiting for materials? Really? Is that the materials truck that's just coming now? I hope it's not, because that... No, we've had the materials truck. The flamingos are actually in progress. So... what's going on? How is your status? You are... Actually, no, you're already done with the woodwork. You're doing the last of the pressing. We got the lathing... Sorry, there was no woodwork up there. We're doing the lathing, we're doing the things... Okay. It's all going pretty well. This room is not very well made either. But, yeah, it's all going okay. So there is that at least. The Ionium. Yes. Yeah, that looks nice, I think. Maybe do with a little bit more flowers. I wish the flowers spread the glass, but they don't. Oh, you're obstructed. Oh wait, are you the indoor version? I bet you are, aren't you? Outdoor one. Yep, outdoor one is absolutely fine. And then a small fountain on the end, just because. Yes. And there we go. So it may take a while, but we're going to make sure that there's no restriction on the stuff coming in. Because we've got 2 trucks that can park up over this area, so 2 trucks can come in at once. That's good. This is good. I approve. And you guys stop being lazy. We've got stuff to make. I'm going to have to start selling products soon. And then we'll see what that does to my profit. In fact, I'm going to set you max 10 workers. So that's most of my loading crew, some of my worker crew. That should be good. Oh, actually, the flamingos look okay. I've never been one for installing flamingos, but it's for them that like it, I suppose, isn't it? That's the way it works. But when the clock hits quarter, I'm going to sell my stuff. And we're going to find out exactly how much we're going to get from it. That's going to be just past the half-hour mark as well for the episode too, but hey, we've got to know how well this stuff goes. I'm not going to leave that waiting for next episode. We're going to sell what we can. But 50 barrel bots, definitely a long-term project for between episodes. That I think my factory's just not efficient enough set up to do it. We're almost there. We're almost there. Tick 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 tock. 19 hours. So 18 hours. Seems like it's 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 60, 72 hours. So the market updates every 3 days. Okay, but yeah, that means it's time to sell though. So, are we ready for this? We have 31,500 in stock. The flamingos are actually about to be done. So we might still get a couple of barrel bots extra if the flamingos can be sorted out. But that also depends on the robo testing being done as well. This is going to pull workers off it. Deliver. I'm going to sell when we hit 12 hours. Yeah, 12 hours. Seems okay. 12 hours seems okay, and we're going to find out. There we go. Got the shipment of flamingos. You're done. Hell with it. We're going to do it now. Right, okay. Selling. We are selling the barrel bots. We'll get 40,500 for the half. We're about 2/3 of the way through. It's 40.5. And we're also going to sell the duck units we've got because that'll saturate the market actually. And that does price drop next. And then it's going to be very low. But we'll get like 6,000 for that. That's very low on that. Move them out, people. We've got a country to invade. Get them all out there. What priority do I have robot testing on? Priority 2. It's very low, actually. But it's all waiting on parts from the assembly line there. Ooh, got another barrel bot ready. Deliver for an extra 1,500. Yes, please. And yeah, there we go. We have delivered a whole bunch of stuff, though our parts are still clogged. I'm going to clear that before we continue with the series. So that'll be cleared by next time. But doing that, the revenue is how much it's generated this week. So I'm guessing that's going to change when the market updates. Let's actually run the clock forward and very quickly and see how that goes. Because I want to see, is that tallied every time? And it says every week, but... Okay, so that market's updated. Is that what we're looking at? Maybe. The market updates every 3 days. So yeah, this updates whenever the market ticks over. But that was a big surge, but we're down on average. So yeah, okay. We do need consistent output of good value products to get that cracked. But yeah, this has been Iron Mark 3. Thank you all very much for watching. Hope you guys are continuing to enjoy the show and Little Big Workshop. We are not quite through this particular set yet, and there are definitely some optimizations that would help the factory. If I'm honest, there were some big issues, especially like deep storage. I'd rather this was off to one side and the assembly room was here, because that is the beating heart of the factory, but it's going to be an absolute nightmare to rearrange it at this point. So, yeah. Definite optimizations could have been made to make this factory more efficient in doing stuff. But I didn't know! This playthrough's been blind after all, so... This is stuff this is experience as I've gone through, so hey, it's what it is. But yeah, thanks for watching, and catch you all some other time. where we won't have these barrel bots left to deal with, because that was a bit of a mistake, 50 of those.
The